It's me, Flyersguy, and welcome to another episode of Throwback Flyersguy. I'm your host, Flyersguy. In the last episode, I talked about my memories of 2014 and 2015. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about my memories of 2015 and 2016. In 2015, my dad's cancer came back, and he went through a lot of struggles that year. I got into a few new TV shows, and I celebrated my 29th birthday. And saw the Flyers beat the St. Me and my dad saw the Flyers beat the St. Louis Blues in home behind fashion. Now we get into 2016, but it all starts on New Year's Eve, 2015. We had gone to my cousin Diana's wedding that day, and it was an epic celebration that lasted until midnight. The music was good, the food was good, the atmosphere was good, and even though my dad went through a lot of struggles, he was happy, he was smiling, and he was talking to everybody. And it was a good time. We all had fun. Sure, and then officially, the new year of January 2016 officially begun. During the year of January, things seemed okay with my dad. During this time, I was playing some video games on the website Steam on my computer. The two games I was playing were Life is Strange and Final Fantasy VII. During this time, I remember every day I would either have a hard-boiled egg, and some days I would have an uncrustable. And I was okay with that. And I'd be playing the video games on Steam. I quickly lost interest in Life is Strange. I started to move on to Final Fantasy VII. I was playing that game, and I was doing really well with it. I even got really far. My mom and I were watching a new show called Sons of Anarchy. We were watching a new show called Sons of Anarchy. And it was really good. Shortly after this, we get into the month of March, or March or April. During this time, my dad was not here on Easter. He had been rushed to the hospital again. My brother got us all Boston Market for dinner that night. And that night, I was playing a new game on Steam, which was Grounded 2. And I really enjoyed it. And that year ended, I started collecting wrestlers again. My brother was able to order me a couple wrestlers. Macho King Randy Savage and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And also Ken Shamrock as well. Then we get into the month of May, the month of April, and the Flyers officially made the playoffs. The first round opponent was the Washington Capitals. During the season, this was the year of the Finns. didn't make the playoffs that year. But the Flyers did. They made the playoffs in the first round opponent was the Washington Capitals. The Flyers lost game one, and the game after that, they won, lost game two. They came back to Philly, lost game three. I'm not going to tell you what happened in game three, but during the playoffs, my dad was actually at home this time. He was trying to recover, but it wasn't working. After the season had officially ended, the Reading Royals are also in the playoffs that year, but were eliminated in the second round by I forget what team it was. But they were eliminated from the playoffs that season. And then the month of June officially came. One of the hardest months of my life. Not just my life, but my family's life. On a previous day in June, my dad was sent to a rehab facility. It was Father's Day. During that time, that day, we were planning on having a little party for my dad when he came home. Unfortunately, it took a turn for the worst. I remember later in history, I was in my bedroom on the computer, and I was playing Pokemon Platinum. It might have been Pokemon Heart. It was Pokemon Heart Gold. And for dinner, I was having Wendy's for dinner. I think it might have been before I was eating. And we got a call from the rehab center. And my dad was talking. My sister went to see my dad at the rehab center, and when she got home, the rehab center had called him. And this is really hard for me. We got the news that my dad had passed away. It was on Father's Day. It's very, very, very short. The irony of the whole situation was cruel. And sister told me that Dad had passed away. I remember I was in my room, trying my eyes out. At the time after this, the whole family came to the house. My aunts and uncles, my cousins and everything. We were all talking about great stories about my dad. This was a reality that didn't really sink in yet. It did. During this time, we were all devastated. I also made a video on my computer for YouTube that my dad had officially passed. And I wasn't doing it. I was just doing it because I wanted to get my feelings out. And I did. And after I started outpouring support from the neighborhood and from my local deli as well. The days after this, before the funeral, my friend Tano from Tano's Deli came over to the house and sent some stuff over. And I remember this day, and he sent a bunch of stuff over. During the time I was watching all kinds of shows on TV, Orange is the New Black was on. She was I was watching it. And we were writing speeches for the funeral. We got there the day of the funeral, and this was a very emotional time for me and my family. We got the funeral, and I don't really want to talk about the funeral because I had to say goodbye to my dad, and it was tough. Everybody was there, my aunts and uncles, and even my friends. Christina and Caitlin came to the funeral, and my friends Katie and Rich were there too to pay their respects. After we went to the funeral, we went to the funeral. Went to luncheon afterwards. I didn't really, I still have an appetite. For some reason, I thought that if it would happen, but I was eating a lot of food there. Afterwards, I was still hungry, so my sister went to Wawa to get the mac and cheese from Wawa, and it was really good. I liked it. After this, a couple days later, I think it might have been almost that lasted into June through July. I ended up getting really sick. It was due to stress from the funeral and all kinds of other stuff. And I wasn't feeling well for the longest time. I started feeling better later that month. And during that time, I still felt a little sick. That day I went to Thomas Deli, I remember. Everybody at the deli coming up to me and being very supportive of me after my dad had passed. I forgot to mention that around 2011, I met my friend Vinny's niece, Claudia. She was a very nice girl. I get there at times. Afterwards, I come home and I end up eating dinner. I was watching some old Philadelphia commercials. We get into the month of August, and during this time, during the time in the summer, I met a very beautiful woman on Twitter named Elena Hershka. And we met on Facebook, we met on Twitter, and we were talking a lot. And going into the month of August, I remember going shopping with my mom at the Academy. And my mom and Paul coming every day to help get me out of chair. But my brother also came to the house to help me out as well. Shortly after this, we get to the month of September. Flyers have their preseason. In the summer, I was watching shows like iHeartMedia, Sam and Cat, and Victorious. We get into the month of September, and Flyers have their preseason, and it's going really well for them. Shortly after this, we get into the month of October. During this time, I want to go outside for the first time. I recently got into a new show on Fox called Son of Zorn. It was pretty funny. We get into October. I'm talking to Elena. I get into October. I'm talking to Elena on Twitter. Can you fix my ear a little bit? We're talking to Elena on Twitter. And she ends up sending me a Flyers hat. It was autographed. Thanks, Mom. Mm-hmm. And also an autographed picture of her. Shortly after this, we get into the month of November. And during this time, I'm watching a new show called Sing Street. Prior to this, in the month of October, I remember the Flyers having their first game of that season. I remember getting so emotional. It was the first Flyers game without my dad. I was so emotional. The Flyers lost that game. But at least my dad was still with me in spirit that night. Going into November, the Flyers were playing some good hockey. They were going for a huge winning streak. We didn't get into Save It for Thanksgiving. And then I was watching a show on Netflix called Sing Street. Last year, a show called Fuller House came out on Netflix. I'll get into that the next time. Get into that really soon. Get into the month of November. On Black Friday, the Flyers lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Flyers running streak officially was going to start up. And it all started in the month of December. In November, we had Thanksgiving, and my nephews came. My brother and my nephews came to my house, and also my sister-in-law. We all had Thanksgiving dinner that night. After this, we go into the month of December. We get into Black Friday, and the Flyers, they win a game. I don't know if it was that year or the year. Flyers, I think they won on Black Friday. Then we get into the month of December, and it's officially getting closer and closer to my 30th birthday. On December 4th, we had plans to supposedly go to a party that they were having for my cousin Tommy. Apparently the thing was, he was joining the army. On December 4th, I remember getting up that day, talking to a Lamacosta on Twitter, and then watching Sammy Cat and Victorious on TV that day. We were getting ready to go to my cousin Tommy's party. And during this time, the Flyers were on a huge winning streak. It was just starting up. We get to this building where we're supposedly having this party for my cousin Tommy. I walk in, and everybody yells, "Surprise!" I walk in, and I'm immediately surprised by everyone. We get to the party, and it's a good time. All my friends are there. Everyone's there. We're all having a great time. During this time, I was watching a Flyers game on my sister-in-law's phone that night. It was a game before the Flyers were taking on the Nashville Predators. They won that game, and after this party, I remember my mom telling me that the year before this, my dad was telling her that they need to have a 30th birthday party for me. And they did. This was my dad's idea. And I was so happy about this. A few days later, it was December, the official day of my birthday officially came up. That day I was wearing my Flyers jersey, and I was getting ready to watch the Philadelphia Flyers played the Edmonton Oilers. That night I had a turkey Diablo for dinner for female series. And the next day, I was feeling sick also. I wanted to mention that in November I had gone to the Flyersguy tournament that year, and I met Shane Goss's Bear. And going into December, after my birthday, I was feeling horrible the next day. During this time, I was watching Fuller House, the second season of Fuller House. I had watched the first season of Fuller House last year, the year before that. I was sick for a few days, maybe almost for a week. I remember one day, for my birthday, I got a Philadelphia Flyers hockey fights cancer jersey that year. And I was watching the game. I wasn't feeling too good. I got a Flyers military jersey. I wasn't feeling good about them. They had a game against the Dallas Stars. I wasn't feeling good at the time. But later that day, I was starting to feel good. Later in the week, I was feeling even much better. I couldn't log in to my Twitter, but I found a way to log back into it, and I was happy about that. I met another beautiful girl, beautiful woman on Twitter, named Jill Cassidy, and some other very beautiful women as well. And also I get to talk to my friend Atlanta coach as well. After this, I was starting to feel much, much better. In the week before Christmas, I was getting ready for the holidays. During this time, I was watching some shows on YouTube. I was watching episodes of, I think it might have been Sega Word X, or it might have been some other different types of videos. But I was having a lot of fun watching a lot of YouTube videos. At the time I was on a chicken noodle soup kick, and I really enjoyed it. I had it with some crackers. We get into Christmas Eve. And that year, I forgot to mention, in my last video, we had celebrated my mom's 60th, one of my mom's birthdays with my aunts and my uncles and all my cousins. We had a pretty good time. That was back in 2015. Now we get to Christmas Eve. And for that Christmas Eve, my Aunt Michelle, Uncle Gary, my cousin Caitlin, and his girlfriend at the time, or fiance at the time, well, it was his girlfriend at the time. Caitlin came over. And I think his girlfriend, too, I think, I forget. We all ended up celebrating Christmas that year. After this, Christmas Day, we had our annual Christmas Eve party with the family. It was time to get ready for Christmas. On Christmas that morning, my brother came to help out, get me into the chair and everything. We went out in the living room for Christmas. And for Christmas that year, I not only got a 50th anniversary Shane Goss's Flyers jersey, I also ended up getting a Stadium Series Shane Goss's jersey as well. That was a pretty fun year. I remember eating after the holidays, eating leftover Christmas cookies and some leftover hot wings that we had the night before. The week of after Christmas, I wasn't doing very much that week. I had some Flyersguy freak. It went well and finally ended, and it was a loss to the Dallas Stars in late December. So after the holidays, it was time to get ready for New Year's Eve. We didn't really do much on New Year's Eve that day. That's all I have to say. But I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave it off here, and in my next video, I'm gonna talk about my memories of 2016, 2017, and 2017. In the next video, I go through one of the biggest medical hardships of my life. A certain team from Allentown makes the postseason, and some other stuff happens as I talk in my next episode of Throwback Flyersguy. I will have a recap of what happened in 2016 leading up to 2017. That being said, this has been my memories of 2015 and 2016. I'll see you guys next time.